Okay, I'm at 39 Heckathorn Road in Brookville, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, mainly root intrusion, but anything that would be concerning to the buyer. Our access point is an outside clean out to the rear of the house. It is right behind the bathrooms, in the rear left of the house if you're facing it, so behind where the garage is basically. But both bathrooms are just inside the wall from this, and it is a sweep, so it will restrict us. You can see as we look down, the line turns. So what it does is it forces that camera to go out towards the main, instead of being able to go both directions and being able to go in towards the house also, which is it's only a few feet. The bathrooms are right here, but for some reason they put sweeps on these, what they call them, so it forces the camera to only go downstream. So there's no access in there inside the house, so you'd have to remove a toilet to be able to get into those lines. But it's very, very normal. And so the exterior line here is PVC. It should be actually PVC. The whole entire line should be PVC. And PVC is basically doesn't have any known life expectancy yet. So obviously it won't last completely forever, but probably outlive any of us. The sewer main here is in the rear. The line goes out the back because this is on the outside edge of the development here. So they took it all and went back in. Instead of putting a sewer main down the street, they put it in the rear to kind of build it up with the rest of the development here. So going through kind of quick. This is actually a second pass. For some reason my monitor actually had an issue and it restarted, and so I do know that this line is the line is in very good shape. This is a changeover from, there we go. This is where it changes over to the SDR35. This is still a plastic PVC line, but it is an exterior line. So this is where the developer would have put the main in, and then when they build the house, they run the line out to that point. They put the sewer mains and stuff in before they build the houses. Then they run a line up onto the property, but the houses aren't built yet, so then they build the house and they tie into that spot. And so it's just a little offset there where the line drops off and connects to the other one. It just kind of had an issue because of the angle that the camera was sitting at. It had a trouble jumping over that transition. But if that ever does become an issue, it would not be the responsibility of the homeowner. It should be very, very close to the main. And so as you can see, we did make it all the way out to the main, and the line looked really good. Everything is good, and so we'll continue to pull back here. There's a little haziness here on the camera lens. We can see obviously well enough, but I'm used to, this is a very common occurrence obviously with going through sewer lines, but the line looks really good. No issues at all, which is what we hope and expect every time. But the only spot that's even holding any water is at that spot where the line changes direction at the very base of that. It's just holding like a quarter inch of water or something where it drops off at that connection. Back to that spot there in a second. But again, that's just where they made that connection there between the two. There is you can see a little bit of the offset there It's not an issue. It's not going to cause any backups or anything like that. But they were, so the white PVC is a glued material, and then there is a spot here where you would hope that in this situation you would be able to go back on the developer for this, or the builder. I am still going to mark this. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mark this where this is. And then just so they know, so for future reference, it's not an issue. I just want to make sure that they have, like, it's not an issue that's causing any problems here, but I do think that it should be noted, and possibly refer to a licensed plumber for their opinion as far as if this should be dug up and repaired. But it is right at the edge of where the line connects to the municipality, and so you want to make sure, you may want to see if anybody who maintenances the sewer mains and find out who's responsible. But at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and mark this because it may need to be repaired. Okay, so went ahead and marked it. It's like 7'9" or something, right next to the tree back there. Now, I do want to note, though, I mean, I think what this is that they used a fernco, a rubber fernco, to connect these two pipes together, and that's what it is. So it's not causing any issue. There's no earth getting in, and so it has to be a sealed connection. It's just kind of strange that they used a rubber fernco to make that connection, and that's where that little offset's coming from. Instead of, because of the way the turn is, I'm not sure why they would have used that rubber fernco. If it was open to the earth, you would see tree roots. You would see, especially based off the height of that tree, you'd see tree roots, you'd see dirt, mud, and so this is not an issue, current issue, but it is something to note, and so I just obviously wanted to bring that to the attention. And I believe it's because those two don't mate very easy, because it's a turn fitting. And so it looks like they were kind of limited by what they could use right there, but not something I would have choose to have done. But like I said, it's holding water. So you know that there's a connection there and that it's a sealed connection without having any issues. So I'm not going to call it out as a major defect or a structural issue. I don't believe it needs to be dug up. But I do think it's just something that, you know, you need to be aware of, that it is there. And so that's at 55 feet or so. And so just a note for future, I mean, the whole line is wide open, functioning properly. You know, especially at the bottom of that turn, the water's overtaking it easily, and so really no issues, but I will mark it on there, on the report, as just a slight offset in the connection at 54 feet, 55 feet. The rest of the line looks great, and so they just chose a weird way to connect the two lines to one another, and I'm not really sure the reason for that. But obviously they were limited, so that's the reason why that was done. And so, like I said, it's not causing any issue with the line or the flow. It's just something that you want to be aware of. So, okay. So now we're coming back up to the edge of the clean out. And we are out. So, basically to sum it up, there's no there's no functional issues with the line, no major structural issues. The line is connected to each other. You just have a little small offset because of what they chose to use to connect the two different types of PVC. And so it is functioning properly. The connection is functional. It's working great. It's not like, it's not causing any obstruction to flow or any issues at all. Just something to note for future reference. And so you could get a second opinion on what they, on what a licensed plumber feels about that connection. They may have a little more insight as to why they would have done it that way versus done that with a Fernco the way they did it. But at any rate, the line is open and flowing freely. It's functioning properly. You just have a little bit of a weird connection at a spot that makes it even less likely to cause an issue because of the huge drop off and everything like that right next to it. So, but yeah, it will be marked on the report. And but again, everything is functioning properly. So that'll end the inspection at 39 Heckathorn Road in Brookville, Ohio.